Hello and welcome to Fusion Fundamentals with me, MJ. So I don't really like to keep coins in my wallet. I've got a very small wallet, and what I find is I just end up putting them in the center console of my car, but then they rattle around and sometimes they slide off and make their way in between the seats. So I thought I need to save this money, and now that I've got a 3D printer, I can make something that can keep it safe. So today we're going to be looking at how to design a coin holder that I can stick in my car and it can keep my coins safe. So I'm going to start off with a sketch on the top plane, and it's going to be a center point rectangle. So we've got a rectangle, center rectangle, just using a center rectangle so that it is symmetric about the origin. So I don't know this value, so for now let's make it 50, and the horizontal was 110 mils. Now we need to put in a couple of rectangles for our coins to fit in. Just be careful not to snap onto these lines, or as you dimension that, it will pull your rectangle along with it. I can make this, I'm going to go with 2.9 millimeters. I measured the coin at around about 3. I'm hoping it fits tight in there, and then the smaller coins aren't too loose. And then it was 26 millimeters, so we'll give it a bit of a play there, make it 28. And then I'll just dimension this to the origin at 14. So now it's going to be centered there. Now what we're going to do is, against our edge here, I don't think 5 mils is good enough, so let's do 8, see what that works out at. That looks like that should be good enough. We'll have a better idea once we extrude it. But I don't need such a big space between the edge there. So maybe let's change this to 40. Okay, yes, I'm happy with 40. But now I don't like these sharp edges. Let's put in some fillets now on these edges. So I'll select the fillet tool, and I'll just select the edges that I want to put fillets on. And I think we can make that 5 millimeters. There we go. So we've got a fully constrained drawing, but now we need to pattern our coin slot here. So I'm going to go to the rectangular pattern. So create rectangular pattern, and the object will be these 4 lines. And the direction is this direction. I'm going to use extent type and just do a bit of maths here. I know that it's 110 mils minus, it'll be 16 to the edge. No, minus 16. So there it's a little bit further, but that's to that point. So I've got to do another 2.9 there. Minus 2.9. Let's see if that spacing is correct. Yes, it's 8. So I shouldn't have pressed enter there. We'll do that again. Just Control Z to undo. And rectangular pattern. Select our sides. Drag it out. The extent will be 110 minus 16 minus 2.9. And let's see how many we're going to comfortably fit in here. I'd like to get a couple in. So I think we'll go with 10. I don't want to push my luck. And that's the end of our sketch. This is the only sketch we're going to need to do. I'm going to do 2 different extrude operations. Now, first extrude operation, I'll select extrude, this profile, and I'm going to choose to go 18 millimeters. That way our largest coin is 26, so it should stick up a little bit. I didn't actually measure the smaller ones, which is a fault on my part, but we'll just do this one anyway. Okay, so there's the top part, and now we're going to do another extrude of our bottom profile. Just going to turn our sketch back on, body off, and we make sure we select all of this. We could have done another sketch minus these holes, but it's not necessary. We're going to go minus 2, turn bodies back on. So there we've got our slot for the coins as well as a solid bottom. and it's a join operation. So we're almost there. I want to put in a couple of fillets around the edges here just to round it up. So now I'm just going to jump in and do a fillet. We're going to select each edge of these coin slots. I don't want to select the whole face because I want a different fillet on the edge than on there. So I'm just going to select all of these. I will fast forward through this because it might take a bit of time. We will set this to 2 millimeters. And there I've got an issue because I've selected that face. So I'll just control, deselect it, and make sure I get this line. Okay, that's the first fillet done. The next one will be a lot easier. I'll select these two edges, the top and the bottom edge. And we're going to make that 4 millimeters. Okay. So now we're just going to export this. So file, export, and I'll call it coin holder for car, and exporting to desktop. There we go. Now we're going to go into our slicer. So I'm using Cura Ultimaker. It's the only one that I could find that has the CR20 Pro profile. And here I've set up my own version of the super quality where I've just changed a couple of things. So let's bring that file in now. Just going to drag and drop, and there it's landed. I'm going to go through our settings. This is the standard mostly for the super quality. The walls, I've changed it from 3 to 4, make it a bit thicker. Not sure if it's really going to work, but I'm still learning. So here's one I found that looked interesting. Alternate extra walls, and everything pretty much the same. The top surface skin, I've made it, this is normally 0.4, I've changed it to 0.2 just so that it gets a finer finish on top. It does take a bit longer, but it works well from what I've seen. And then enable ironing, and only on the highest layer. So these are a couple of the things that I have done. Infill density, we don't need it at 80, we'll set it to 40. Infill density to 40. I like this tri-hexagon. I've tried a couple of different shapes, and so far the tri-hexagon is my favorite. It seems to be quite sturdy. And that's about it. The printing temperature 210, build plate 50. So I think the printing temperature on the box, it says between 190 and 220. So I think 210 is good. I found going below 210, I've got some older filaments. They might be a bit moist or something, but around about 200 the print's not great, but at 210 it's a lot better. So let's, we don't need any support of course, so let's slice this. 14 hours and 5 minutes. That's fantastic. Got a very slow printer, but it'll get the job done. So I'll load this up and we'll come back tomorrow and have a look at it. So let's see how it turned out. Edges look really good, sides look good. Get it off this board here. Seemed a bit soft. Maybe I could have done some more on the outer walls. Let's just use this scraper here. I don't want to break it. And that was a 12-hour print. So I'm quite happy with it. I think maybe for my next big print I'll make the walls a bit thicker. So let's have a look and see if our coins fit in. So this is the medium sized one. The big ones, oh, even the big ones are a bit loose, so need to go even a bit more undersize. So as you can see, they got a bit of wiggle room. So if I do this print again, I won't worry about that extra 3 mils on the side. I'll make it exact to 26, and then maybe make this gap in the middle a bit smaller. Next step is to take it to the car and see if it fits in. So as you can see, it fits in there nicely. I've got some double-sided tape there. Gonna just put it in, try to get it straight. And there we go. Now I can put my coins in there, and we're all good. So it looks like it's actually It might be breaking on the side already, this wall. Yep. So next time I'm going to make thicker walls and try to get my print right. But for now it'll still work. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps. Maybe join our membership program. You can see there's a couple of perks there. But until next time, bye.